Hello, babe.
I love that girl, even when I'm not shaved.
Even when he's not, when he's, what did you call Timmy yesterday?
What did I call Timmy?
I can't remember.
Wouldn't we love to know? It's all spontaneous. That's the problem with spontaneous utterances. All right.
Hello, you guys. Welcome to another exciting episode of Feel It Real Fun for All on the 19th of January, yes, 2024. And it's your manifesting questions answer life.
I love how we rhyme in Australia.
Well, I do.
Yeah, I love how you rhyme in Australia.
I try to.
You do great. Jumping Joe, Director Joe, Awesome Joe Weldon is here.
Hello, Joe Weldon.
That's right. He is our first. Lisa and LaRock. All
Hello,
right.
Lisa. And someone else is here. Oh, no, it's not. Only the two of you. That's cool.
So far.
So far.
So far. So, Victoria, shall we tell them where to go and remind them that the doors have just opened for Dream Driven Day, February 2024.
Oh, very cool.
That's right.
Maybe we'll do that one first.
Yeah, Dream Driven Day. Join us.
Join
right?
us.
Totally wreck your bullshit. Right? DreamDrivenDay.com.
A wrecking ball, your bullshit.
That's right. Absolutely. Remember how often that video came up in the first or the second? I think it was the first Dream Driven Day.
Wrecking Ball?
Wrecking Ball showed up, yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Stephanie.
Stephanie, Shannon, all these Triple D remarkable kids are here.
Yes.
All right.
Cool. And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That'll work. All right.
Yes.
So, Victoria,
yes.
Today I went shopping. I did amazing things, brought us home yummy things.
You did.
Oh, my God. And I'm just saying that for filler, but let us dive in, Victoria.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so the first question today is from Charlene in Manifesting Mastery, home ownership and renting.
That's right.
And Charlene asks, I'd been focusing on my own home, at the same time wishing a co-habitant would move out. When I noticed that I could be focusing on me moving into my own home, got it. Conflicting feelings. The coffee game, and then I flip back again.
All right, so you can imagine having fun dating, right? So if Victoria and I weren't married, and of course I'm living from this day, happy loving husband, because that's where I love to live. And if we were dating, I wouldn't bother skipping imagining having had a great date with her. So you can imagine up having had a great date as well as being happily married. It's sort of like imagining up both breakfast and lunch or lunch and dinner, that kind of thing. But here's what's really cool. Let's tie these in a totally new way, right? So even when you rent your own apartment, it's your apartment.
It's your home.
It's your home, right? And so let's say you're renting an apartment or a flat or a house or whatever you're renting.
Yes.
So that's still so it's yours. But this is your home, and you have a co-habitant living there, right? If you don't want them there, right? That's intrusion on your home. So you're allowed to imagine, you being happily at home in your rental, as well as you being happily home in the property that you own, because you can have both lunch and dinner, right? You can have a smile and a kiss. I get both.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So play there, and just notice too. Here's another one, and here's why I mention this. If one feels like war and the other one feels like hope, you get it. It just they don't support each other. But if they're both about ownership,
yes.
So this is where I rent, right? You're here as a privilege, that kind of thing, right? This is compare that to this is where we live. This is our home. We're home owners. It's just double boiling down to identity, identitybasedmanifesting.com, and ownership. That'll be the other commercial today. So we'll skip Manifesting Mastery and just talk a lot about or use identity-based manifesting for our backup.
Is that the what's
domain name?
.com?
Yep, identitybasedmanifesting.com. That's
Okay.
right. Spelled correctly, unlike how I tend to spell it once in a while. And I love that you guys let me know 20 of your links screwed up.
I know.
Yeah. I am real creative with two versions of English, right? English, American, and Australian.
American,
and Australian. And I'm very creative with spelling.
Yeah, he is.
So.
Cool, excellent.
Right.
So that was for Charlene.
That's right.
Yeah, thank you very much for your question, Charlene.
Marcy, hi.
Because we always go to that fabulous go-to of accomplished, satisfied, and ownership.
Yeah, that
and
triple.
That,
yeah.
If there's something there where it encompasses all those three, for your home,
Yep.
however that is.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean you have all three perfect every day. Right? You can stumble, or you can have a bad day with one of the three. But if you have all three, like three legs of the tripod, and one of them gives away a little bit, that's all right. But if you're focused on ownership, that whole thing of accomplished and satisfied just might prop things up in some different ways. Happy to catch you, Marcy Lynn. I can't see your last name. All right, nice to see you.
Right. The next question's from LUDMILLA on Facebook. This feels fake.
I think you may have done Manifesting Mastery course years ago, but I didn't have a chance to look it up, so I apologize if you have, and I didn't mention that.
Cool. And LUDMILLA asks, how can I think worthy of being satisfied and content with my own being, as in my body and mind? I'm having the hardest time with this. When I do, it feels so fake to me.
Here's what I notice. Worthy is a concept. I fucking hate it. Right, I really do. You have to feel like deservingness and worthiness, and it's like radio. Well, I deserve to feel better about myself, Victoria, and I'm more worthy of more kisses. Like, fudge, right? It just gets mucky and yucky, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that it feels fake, it probably feels fake because it feels forced. So how do I think worthy of being satisfied and content? I'm going to go back to our triple, right? Accomplished, satisfied, and ownership. So those are three things where, like, those are your dogs now, right? Yeah, her dogs are over there doing that stuff. So accomplished, satisfied, and ownership, right? And if you explore, I am those. How can you experience accomplished today? How can you experience satisfied, not content? I am never content. I'll be honest. At the end of the day, I can think of probably 0 times in the past, how long have I known you? that I've been content. And I say that so because she can verify it, right? Yeah. So, but I don't feel content. It's like I always wish I did more. Every day. It doesn't matter what I do, but I still feel accomplished and satisfied and ownership. It's like, man, you know what? I could have pulled one more thing. I could have planted one more thing. Every day I feel that. But I don't beat myself up over it because I feel accomplished, satisfied ownership. As Elizabeth would say, more please.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good one, Elizabeth.
Absolutely. What do you want more please of?
Yeah.
All right. So, Victoria.
Cool.
How was that? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Right. So was that...
Because whenever that fake, like you answered your first question, if it ever feels forced or whatever your other thing was on it...
Yeah, wouldn't I love to know?
But it's like the fake bit. If it feels fake, then no.
Yeah, if it feels fake, it's probably forced.
Yeah.
Right? So what was the first question?
It was about the home bit.
Ownership.
You said something about... Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that holy trinity. Accomplished, satisfied, and the other one.
Ownership. Right. Okay.
She's mine.
The next question.
Yeah, I accomplished she being mine.
You did.
Yeah, so I'm very satisfied. Right.
I've spilt some sort of essential oil on my hands when I was getting out the rescue remedy for plant.
That's a good one.
Smell it the whole time.
I like that one.
Yeah. Cedarwood, I think. Anyway. Right, the next question is from Brian in Manifesting Mastery. Triple D members, identity-based manifesting.
This is going to be a good crass commercial for Triple D. Ready?
Okay.
Let's go.
So Brian asks, could you describe the common qualities of Triple D members? I'd like to embody these qualities in sessions that imply I have already taken Triple D.
All right, so here's one of the things that I noticed. I did a podcast on this, but I haven't released it yet. I've got a new workflow for the podcast, right? So the common qualities of DDD members, this comes down to rich dad, poor dad, but not Kiyosaki's way, my way. Ready? So you got a rich dad and you got a poor dad. And the rich dad, the DDD folks that come and come back, right, who actually do the stuff, right? Here's what I noticed. Number one, they're decisive. They're just decisive human beings. By the way, every self-made wealth person that I've worked with and or know or have interviewed or modeled, they're decisive. right? On the other hand, the poor dead people, they debate a lot. They go back and they go forth and they go forth and they go back and they go, hey, but what if, what else, right? Oh, boy. And they just get totally lost in the 50s, right? And so I think about the times I've been out eating with Lance. Lance, when we traded Forex, Lance was a sniper. Lance didn't go in for multi-day trades. Lance was in and out in 7 minutes. Make your money and run. Right, so which has you have a very decisive mindset. You've got to be able to pick your opportunity, pick your exit, and go for it, not wait. And so the qualities that I notice, people who start living their dream-driven days, people often do the course more than once because they get there's layers to each lesson. First one is they're decisive; they don't debate forever. The second thing that I notice is they're okay with awkward, because dream-driven day is not a mental course. It actually gets you into your behavior. You can learn about things, or you can learn things. So the rich dad side of the coin, awkward. They're okay with being awkward. Because if you're not okay with being awkward, you're not going to learn. Learning happens when you're a little awkward. Think about this. You learned how to walk without knowing how to stand. Watch babies do this. You learned a language without knowing a language. Got it? It takes awkwardness and being okay with awkwardness. This is why most adults never bother to learn a second language or learn Pineno, right?
What's the second thing?
Pineno.
Up here.
Yeah, Pineno, right? So now on the poor dad side, they're avoidant. Oh, I'll look stupid, right? I don't want to do a call with 20 because I'll sound stupid. Yeah, right. You want to know who sounds stupid during the call? Me, because I'm having a lot of fun, right? I'm okay with stretching into awkward, right? It's number 3. So remember, we started out rich dad, decisive, okay with awkward, and the third thing is they imagine what they do, and they do what they imagine. They don't imagine about something out there changing in some way, so something happens about something else, and then something. The poor dad people, right? They're not doers. They're doubters, right? So the rich dad people, they're decisive. They're okay with awkward, and they imagine what they do, and they do what they imagine. They don't wait, right? On the other hand, the poor dad people, right? They're debaters. Well, what about this? What about that? What if I take it in July versus this? But that's summertime in the U.S., but it's wintertime in Australia. And they just get lost for months, right? What's the second one? Avoidant. All right, well, I don't want to look silly, so I won't possibly, I'm not into Facebook, right? Right, I'm not into group calls, right? What are you into, right? And the third bit, I had a different way I described it this morning, but, let's just say that there's doubt in there. They're more daydreamers than anything else, and it's just right. And there's another one. I put that in the podcast, but that'll do for now. And join us in DreamDrivenDay.com.
Yes, Brian.
Yeah, Anula Pineno. Right? Do you play the Pineno? I love the Pineno. Pineno.
Excellent. And thank you, Brian, for your question.
That's right, Brian. So join us in DreamDrivenDay.com.
The next question is from Dream Driven Day Jeff. Why won't you manifest a swimming pool? So Jeff asks, I know you like swimming. Why won't you manifest a swimming pool by your house?
This is great. We got the portable disposable hot tub. Neighbor Ron has a real hot tub.
Yes.
And then the pool is one song away. So I get in Abdullah, the black BMW, and I say something like "Play Supreme" by Robbie Williams, all right? And by the time I'm done with it, I'm at the pool, right? Oh, here's the cool thing. I know you like swimming, right? I personally not a fan, right? I enjoy my body. I could give a shit about swimming, right? I enjoy my body. So I'm currently exploring my body through swimming, kung fu, so on and so forth, and I don't want a swimming pool. I had a guy one day, working with him on a one-on-one call. I love one-on-one calls. I've got some free time in my schedule next week, so those who want to reach out and chat about that is a possibility. So I had a guy who wanted to manifest up this big yard and build fun things and all this bullshit, and he needed all this money and he had all this stress. I said, why don't you just imagine buying a house next to a city park? Saved him like $200,000. right? Let the city cut the grass. Let the city maintain the toys. And by the way, your kids are going to be in 10 years. They're not going to give a shit about the toys anyway. So why would you spend all that freaking money? And it was like a light bulb went off, because here's what I did. I actually manifested the pool 3 minutes away from my house, because I used to go 12 minutes away.
Yeah.
Right. And I used to drive into a shithole. Right. It was the ghetto. Right.
This one's a lovely pool.
This one's a lovely pool. And they take care of all the chemicals. There's people that I get to talk to. I love my lifeguards. It's just like, I
was going to say, so if I was answering the question, for you,
this is good.
You've got your own pool, but then for you, people are so important.
Absolutely.
And having all your playmates in the pool.
Absolutely.
So it's like, and meeting new playmates. So he gets that opportunity going to
being a people sorter, yes.
And it's only 3 minutes away, so he gets to meet people that are
in the parking lot.
In our environment. So it's really lovely. And also, I'm not cleaning a pool. Sorry.
Exactly.
I'm not doing all that.
That's just more work. Right?
Yeah, I know.
Cool.
And there's limited space, because I'm just keep on thinking, I want to do this planting, I want to do another veggie patch.
So we can get a pool, or we can get a plant in a pot, right?
Right.
So it'll go for a plant in a pot. And she really brings up something important. In my existence, people are number one. This is why I love doing group things, why I love doing one-on-one things. Selling products is fun. But actually having human to human, divine contact, that thrills the shit out of me. And it's really funny, because like new friend David started coming around about 6 months ago, and I had to give new friend David a new name, because I can't call him new friend David anymore.
I think because then there was suddenly another David.
Who
was newer.
So it's like newer friend David. Right.
So David anymore, sorry.
Cool. Then there's the one, I can't remember if her name is Sue or Chris, because I dated both a Sue and a Chris. And it's like, oh fuck, we did. Right, so it's like I'm gonna just have to apologize to her again. She'll be okay. But anyway, why don't I manifest a swimming pool? I don't want one. No. A red hat, on the other hand. I'll tell you about my cigar win in a bit.
I do want a coloured pork pie.
Yeah, I do want a red pork pie. So I was just talking about that this morning. All right.
Sorry, you were about to launch into something there?
No, I'll talk about my cigar win later.
Oh, yeah, your cigars. Yeah, okay. All right. So that was for Dream Driven Day, Jeff.
That's
Thanks
right.
very much for your question.
Yes.
The next question is from Dream Driven Day, Christina. Holding God trustworthy.
That's right.
Christina asks, the podcast from this morning really spoke to me. How can I tell the difference between not holding God trustworthy and not holding myself trustworthily and settling?
All right, we're going to do a call on this, but
isn't the you and the God the same, one in the same?
We're going to do a call on this.
Okay, all right.
Right. So God only acts, and you get to notice your reactions. Right? So by the way, it's one and the same. So you have this imaginal experience, right? So I have this imaginal experience, right? And God only acts. Right. So that's a movement within God. Got it. And then I get up from that imaginal experience. Do I doubt it? Do I worry? Do I try to figure out? Right? Or do I skip all that, knowing the way will be made apparent to me? I will naturally play my part. It's what if I doubted all the bullshit that indicates it's not done yet? So this is the fun part, because whenever you actually get holding God trustworthy is holding me trustworthy, and the worry dies. So how do you know? Worry, trying to figure it out, that kind of thing. So whenever I hold God trustworthy, literally I've put it into my imaginal experience. My imaginal experience leads my mental and my physical. Done. My emotional too, but more on that later. Got a real cool infographic I'm working on. Oh. So, great question. How'd I do? What do you reckon?
Yeah, no, really good. Yeah.
By the way, I noticed we're going to have a really yummy lunch today.
Really?
Yes. What is it?
Well, I think actually I'm going to do the lamb.
Cool.
Because we're having chicken tomorrow.
So you're doing the lamb, I'm doing the lamb.
I'm doing rack of lamb in the oven.
Yum.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. See, you notice we've moved into the state of yummy lunch, and she's not trying to figure it out. She's sort of like acknowledging it as it shows up. right? So I could give a shit. I just buy nice meat. So one of us cooks it. Hoo-ha.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So I trust lunch will be yummy.
Yeah.
Now it's on her.
Yeah.
Great.
Cool.
All right. Great question.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Christina.
Hoo-ha. Notice how they're all weaving together as usual?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. There's one coming up about doubts. So the next question's from Dream Driven Day Shannon. Deadlines and doubts.
That's right.
Shannon says, how do I deal with crazy amounts of fear when dealing with an urgent money needed situation? I've done lots of SATs, felt like it was done and complete last night, and today doubts are creeping in. There is a needed buy date, which is like tomorrow. So, yeah.
Cool. You know, it's an interesting thing to me. When we focus on the deadline, that has us stop remembering what's giving life. So I've shared the story about we're getting married, right? So I'll do the timeline backwards like I love to. Tuesday I have to leave, probably not to return for at least a year. Monday we've got to file paperwork. If we file the paperwork and they stamp approved, I get to stay. Sunday, we got to get married.
Yes.
Saturday's not a big deal. Yeah, we got to do a lot of cooking. Friday, we need a divorce certificate of hers from the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's not here.
Yeah.
If the divorce certificate from the United Kingdom doesn't get here, we're not cooking, we're not getting married, we're not going to file paperwork. 20's leaving on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Not a damn thing we can do about it. Right? Long story short, I imagined the postie happy to see me. Why would I imagine that? That makes no rational sense whatsoever. Right? The postie's job is to deliver mail, not to be happy to see people. Right? It's like, but of course that's what I imagine of, because like radios, what would imply that we got the paperwork? Because see, I had already nailed being married, right, to her, living here, right? So that's already nailed. But I got this fucking problem called a deadline, right? You know, by 5 o'clock, I need that paperwork, right? It's 11 in the morning. It's lunchtime. It's 1 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock. Sometime around 3:30, 4 o'clock, the postie bike pulls up and comes down the driveway. It's like, all right, we didn't have the dogs then. Yeah. So I was like, rightio. So postie bike comes down the driveway. Postie gets off the bike and is like, dude, I'm so happy to meet you. I'm like, this is going to be a gas. Right? It's like, really? It's like, yeah. You're the guy with the sign. Now, we've talked about this in other episodes, right? You're the guy with the sign. And we were putting this little sign up on the road, up on the fence, and we'd put a lovely little saying on it every day, and people would walk past, and, like, sometimes they'd leave us a message back, sometimes they'll draw a penis on it or something like that. Whatever. But the people that little sign touched, one of them was the postie, because we had it right next to our letterbox. And the postie couldn't wait to meet the guy with the sign. So the postie, instead of nicking off early on Friday and delivering all his shit on Monday, actually stuck around, brought down the divorce certificate, and he's like, yeah, here's your stuff, something from the UK. I'm like, that's good, right? Otherwise, you're never going to see the sign again, right? Victoria won't go up and write on it. So there's the story, right? Yeah. So I've got this big thing I'm faithful to, right? And I've got this deadline, and the deadline had me imagine up something ridiculous. So you got to play. You got to play. And notice how this fits in with the previous ones, because are we holding God trustworthy? Yeah. So
you're doubting God.
Absolutely.
Whenever that sneaks in.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hoo-ha. Yo, Colby. Cool.
Okay, excellent. So that was for Shannon. Thanks very much for your question, Shannon. And the last question today, I'm assuming it's the last, because she's normally the last.
That's right.
Last question today is from remarkable Lisa Ann LaRock. What's love got to do with it?
That's right.
You going to sing it?
No.
What's love? Anyway, remarkable Lisa says, hi, 20 and Victoria.
I'd love the title, though.
Yes.
Yes.
In Awakened Imagination, Neville says, The magnitude of the change which any act of revision involves makes such change appear wholly impossible to the realist, the unimaginative man. But the radical changes in the fortunes of the prodigal were all produced by a change of heart. I'll probably need to read that about 10 times, but anyway.
That's all right. Yep.
Right.
The next one's a little easier.
Okay, and then later he quotes D.H. Lawrence. Those that go searching for love only make manifest their own lovelessness. Only the loving find love. They never have to seek for it. Is that basically saying the same thing? Because I understand that one.
Well, let's assume you understand that
Okay.
one. Yes.
In a podcast, you said that you loved the garden before it was a garden. Please tell us, what's love got to do with manifesting?
I find separating the two to be a nightmare. Neville talks about this. Love without imagining is eternal hell or something like that. I notice imagining without love is also an eternal hell. And it's right on the first or second lesson, maybe the third of Dream Driven Day, where we talk about if I could get you to so fall in love with a state that you would wear it as a fragrant odor or something like that. To me, love has everything to do with it. You are the wisdom, the power, and the love of God. They will know you are Christians by your love. Christ is defined as the wonderful human imagination. You are the light of the world. Whenever I just ponder any of this, manifesting anti-fear really blows. Right? Because it's like an anti-something, and it's like, worry is the opposite of trust. Trust is amen, is holding God trustworthy. When you start to just surrender into this stuff, I suspect Victoria and I have one purpose in life. We bring out the beauty in each other. We invite each other to explore. We bring out the beauty in the garden. Falling in love to me invites us to experience a lot of that head, heart, belly journey together. When she gets stuck up in the head, I get to not get stuck up in the head and become talking heads, but we get to invite each other back to the full journey. We get to explore the completeness that we are, the possibilities that are possible. And I honest to God, I went shopping this morning, and I've made a lot of friends at Woolies. It's like shop and save in the U.S., right? Stop and shop, whatever y'all got, IGAs. So I've made a lot of friends there. I'm friendly with a lot of people. And I just love them. I love the whole concept of a grocery store. I love that I don't have to butcher or grow anything. I mean, Victoria's growing corn and beans and stuff like that. It's been fun, and it continues to be fun. But it's like the fact that 80% of our food, 90% of our food, I can just pick up. God, I appreciate that. And when we notice, stuff like appreciation and love, I appreciate her. That increases the value of us both. It's more than just thankfulness or gratitude. When we bring love into any of it, it's like I appreciate what she brings out of me every day. I appreciate what she contributes every day. Whether it's the miraculous or the mundane. And it's this kind of thing that I notice. Probably my least popular saying is manifesting is about growing the fuck up. When you grow up, you start to just notice, like, what beauty can I give to? What beauty can I expose, bring out, multiply? How can I be loving here? Versus how can I be... So, to me, love has everything to do with it. How about you? What do you reckon?
Oh, definitely, because I love that quote about What did you... It was all there, and now I feel like I've just suddenly lost it.
That's
but
all
it's
right.
like the haunting of the mind. It was the...
Oh, yeah.
What was
If
the
we
other
could
one?
so fall in love with a state.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would haunt the mind. We'd wear like
Yeah,
a figure
all
under.
of
I
that.
actually think you got the right version of it. I'm probably combining two as usual.
But, that it really does... Yeah, for me, God, if it's like, oh, yeah, that'd be okay, having that, or... It's just like there's no... Not obsession, but it's like... But when you love the...
Yes.
Whatever it is that you want in your life, it just feels like it's easy. It's there's just magic in there.
Yep.
It is magical.
It is magic.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what it is for me.
I've got a great quote that I made up on the whiteboard. I have to take a photo of it and put it up.
Cool.
Yes.
Remarkable.
Yes. Tony Doyle says adoration. Yep. Adoration, devotion. It's these things. By the way, I'll go back to the one on swimming. I am devoted to my body. I consider my body something just wonderful to explore, and I'm thankful for it. I got it for so long. I'll give it up sooner or later. Oh, what Heather's here. Heather goes on and she does these twists and gyration things and so on. And watching what you do and how you expose it and invite people to explore it. Again, the same kind of thing. You love your body. You're devoted to it. You are adorable and adoring. You experience adoration. Right? So Coral says bhakti, devotion to God. That it's these things versus, can't even go there.
Excuse me.
So.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
And by the way, when she cooks, 9 times out of 10, sort of like when I cook, and it's probably more like 99 out of 100, maybe 999 out of 1,000, right? What she does with the food makes it so much more than just, it makes it soul food. So,
Wow.
that's what I got.
Cool. Okay. So thank you very much, Lisa, for your question. And what we want to know now is tell us what was your hashtag strawberry bit.
Yes.
Well, because I listened to your podcast this morning about holding God trustworthy,
Yes.
and I just love that because that eradicates doubt for me.
Totally. Absolutely.
And I love that. So, and so much of them are sort of to do, are to do with that. So, that's my hashtag.
Cool.
Strawberry bit. What's yours?
I think right in the middle of it all is this decisive bit that showed up during Brian's question. Because love is decisive. Manifesting effectively, as far as I can tell, is decisive. You're cutting away all other options. Decision, when you look at the root of decision, you have incise in there. Yeah, you literally are killing away, cutting away all other options. And so this whole thing of one of the things that I notice with how stuck someone is how slippery is the slope that they're on. Can they actually just... Yes. So I'll give a story. So I go out with Lance, our Forex guy. And Lance and I go into a restaurant. 9 times out of 10, I'm the fastest guy ordering food.
Yeah.
Because I just...
Yeah.
Yeah, Lance doesn't even look at the menu. And he asks... I forget what his cut of steak was.
Wagyu.
No, it was a cut. There was a cut he liked.
Oh.
So I don't know if it's T-Bone or Delmonico or whatever, Scotch. But I'd basically just ask, do you do this? And if they said, that's not on the menu, any chance you still could do it? Could you ask the chef? I mean, he was that fast.
Yeah.
While everyone else is dicking around with the menu, he's asking if he can have what he wants. This is why the guy made a lot of money. This is why most of the people that he trained didn't. Because they're in there debating. Oh, was it an entry or not? Something else with the system that we used 3 years ago. Well, something else was comparative with something or another. Let me check 4 more things. You lost your entry. And if you lost your entry, you lost your profit. So this whole decisive thing to me, choosing love. So there will be my strawberry bit. Choosing love, choosing lovely, choosing beauty. So,
Bruce, what do you got on
loving
you?
the strawberry bits here. These are great, guys. Thank you. All right, Victoria.
Yeah, very cool. So,
I love touching your legs. She's wearing short pants.
I've got my shorts on.
Ooh,
But it actually almost feels like a long pants day. It's a bit cool today, isn't it?
Yeah, but I like touching your legs.
So,
More, please.
we mentioned it during the show, identitybasedmanifesting.com.
Yes, absolutely.
Tell them just a tiny little bit more about that. Just go there.
Just go there. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And dreamdrivenday.com.
The doors are open.
For February. Yes.
Right now.
Yeah, so I guess you've got 12 days, but as we were saying.
Well, it starts
Speed.
on the 12th or something like that. So, by the way, it's fascinating to me because two things happen. One, most of the people sign up as soon as I start sending out the emails. Well, actually, not most. Yeah, very high percentage sign up like, shit, got to get in. And they sort of trickle in, and then they're the last minute people, right? And it's an interesting thing. It's like I thought about it for a couple weeks, and then afterwards, there's usually about 10 people. Right. Hey,
Any chance?
Any chance? No, we're already 10 days in. Or you missed out on that one.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks,
So, Tony Doyle, thank you.
Good on you.
Yeah, you even spelled it right.
Yeah, I was just double checking.
All right. Cool. Better than me.
Yeah. And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That is right. And then tune in for the lunch show. Racco Lamb. Racco Lamb. Have a lovely day, gang. Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you.
I love you, Victoria.